Welcome back, grade 9 students. In this period, we will complete the lesson 2.4, the remainder theorem, the rest of the exercise. Yesterday, in the previous period, we already started the exercise 2.3. Question 1, part 1 and part 2 was completed. Now today we will complete part 3. Okay, so here it's given the value, the polynomial x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1 is divided by x. So again, let's do the substitution method. P of x, where it should be divided by x. So we can say x is equal to 0. We can say x is equal to 0. So we substitute P of 0. P of 0 is 0 power 3 from the question, plus 3 times 0 power 2 plus 3 times 0 plus 1, which is equal to 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. So the remainder is 1. Let's see what will be the answer when we do the long division. Of course, it should be the same, but how to work on it. When you are asked to show your work or to explain how you get the answer, you have to do it this way. Plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1. X cubed divided by x is x squared. X multiply x squared is x power 3. Now we subtract. X cube and x cube get cancelled. We take the terms down, all of them. Now 3x squared divided by x is 3x only. When you multiply, 3x multiply x is 3x squared. There is only one term, so now change the sign. These two get cancelled. Take it down, 3x plus 1. 3x divided by x is 3. 3 multiply x is 3x. Again, we minus, these two get cancelled, and the remainder is 1. So the two remainders, we get it same. So since the remainder is 1, we can say that x is not a factor of x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1. Let us see the fourth part of the same question. So first of all, we say, or we rewrite x plus pi. The divisor is equal to 0. So x is equal to negative pi. So we substitute p of negative pi is equal to negative pi power 3 plus 3 negative pi power 2 plus 3 negative pi plus 1, which is negative pi power 3, because when the power is an odd number, the negative will stay. 3 times pi square only, the negative will vanish because the power is 2, minus 3 pi plus 1, which is equal to, we can simplify this. So this is the final answer, plus 3 pi square minus 3 pi plus 1. That is the remainder. Now let us see how to do it by long division method. X cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1 with x plus pi. Okay, x cubed divided by x is x power 2. X multiply x square is x cubed. Pi multiply x square, which will be pi x square. Now change the sign. This will be minus and this will also be minus. These two get cancelled. 3x square minus pi x square. We can say it is 3 minus pi x square because x square is common. And we take down the terms which are in the dividend. Now, 3 minus pi x square divided by x. One of the x get cancelled. 3 minus pi x square divided by x. Pi get cancelled. So 3 minus pi x will stay in the quotient. 3 minus pi with x will stay in the quotient. Now when you multiply these two, you will get the answer 3 minus pi x squared plus pi multiply 3, which is 3 pi. Pi multiply pi with a minus sign, so minus pi square with x. Now we change the sign. These two get cancelled because this is minus also. So we have x's there, common x is there. Now inside the bracket, what are the terms that we have? 3 minus 3 pi minus. So we have 3 minus 3 pi. Minus and minus will be plus pi squared. And at last we have the number 1 plus 1. Now again we divide this one. 3 minus 3 pi plus pi square x divided by x. This x and this x get cancelled. So the quotient will be plus 3 minus 3 pi plus pi square in the quotient. When you multiply these two, you will get the answer 3 minus 3 pi minus pi square all multiplied by x. Then pi multiply all the three terms. So pi multiply 3 pi is, pi multiply 3 is 3 pi minus pi multiply negative 3 pi. So it is negative 3 pi square. Again, pi multiply plus pi square. So it is positive pi cube. Okay. Now we change the sign. This will be negative. So all this big term get cancelled. And at last we have plus 1 and all of this will also get changed. So this plus will be minus, this minus will be plus, and this plus will be minus. So what's the final answer? Minus 3 pi plus 3 pi square minus pi cube, and at last we have a 1 here. So plus 1. So that will be the remainder, which is the same as the remainder that we get from here. When you rearrange, minus pi cube is the first term here. Then we have plus 3 pi square minus 3 pi plus 1. This is how you get when you rearrange. Minus pi cube plus 3 pi square minus 3 pi plus 1. Again, we have a remainder which is not 0. So this is not a factor of the given polynomial. Now let's see the fifth part of it. First of all, we need to rearrange them, so we can rewrite 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, or 2x is equal to negative 5, x is equal to negative 5 by 2. So when you substitute, p of negative 5 by 2 is equal to negative 5 by 2 power 3 plus 3 times negative 5 by 2 power 2 plus 3 times negative 5 by 2 plus 1, which is equal to negative with power 3 will be negative. 5 power 3 is 125 divided by 2 power 3 is 8 plus 3 times negative power 2 is positive. 5 power 2 is 25 divided by 4. Plus and minus will be minus. 5 times 3 is 15 by 2 plus 1. There is no denominator, so we can rewrite it as 1 by 1. Now we can rewrite all the denominators or convert it into 8. So times 8 for the last term, times 4 for the third term, and times 2 for the second term. So the whole expression changes to be negative 125. The whole denominator will be 8 plus 75 times 2 is 150 minus 60 plus 8. So which will be negative 185 plus 158 divided by 8, which will be negative 27 divided by 8. That will be the remainder. Now let us see what will be the remainder when we use the long division method and how to get it. But pay attention here because we will have fraction in the quotient. So x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 divided by, again we have to be careful, 2x. The term with the x first and then the constant, because power 1 and power 0. Now let us divide the first term, x cubed divided by 2x. X cubed divided by 2x will be, this will be cancelled and power 2. So x squared by 2 in the quotient. So we have x squared divided by 2. Now, x squared divided by 2 multiplied by 2x will be x cubed plus 5x squared by 2, 5x squared by 2. Now we change the sign. This is plus changes to minus and this changes to minus. These two get cancelled. Now there is no denominator, so we can write times 2 up and down. So 6x squared minus 5x squared will be 1x squared by 2. Or we can say x squared by 2. And the sign will be positive because the sign of the larger number is positive. Now we copy down the rest of the terms, 3x plus 1. Now the first term here in the next step is x squared divided by 2 divided by 2x. We have to be careful here again. X squared divided by 2 divided by, the next term is 2x. So when you rearrange the fraction, it will be division changes to multiplication and we have to take the reciprocal of the second term, 1 by 2x. This power 2 and x get cancelled, so we have x by 4. So that will be the quotient, x by 4. So plus x by 4. Now multiply between these two. X times x is x squared and 2 is in the numerator and 4 is in the denominator, so they get cancelled. X squared divided by 2 plus 5x by 4. And now we change the signs. So this will be minus, also minus. These two get cancelled. There is no denominator, so we can write the denominator times 4. 12x minus 5x is 7x divided by 4 plus the new term. Now again, divide 7x by 4 with 2x. 7x by 4 divided by 2x, which will be 7x divided by 4 times 1 by 2x. X and x get cancelled. So it will be 7 divided by 8 in the quotient. So plus 7 divided by 8 and x is gone. So this 2 and 8 can be cancelled. So 4 in the denominator. So 7x divided by 4 plus 5 times 7 is 35 divided by 8. Now we change the sign again. This will be minus, cancelled. Again, this will be minus. Now there is no denominator, so we can write the denominator plus 8 minus 35. Plus and minus we subtract, so it will be negative 27 by 8. That will be the remainder, which is the same as this. Hope that is clear. Keep practicing, that will be good for you. It is really easy, but we need to focus a little bit. That's all for this question, and let's move on. Moving on to question 2. This is a simple question. We just have to find a remainder. So the divisor is x minus a. We say x minus a is equal to 0 or x equal to a. This should be substituted. So p of a will be equal to a power 3 minus a times a power 2 plus 6 times a minus a, which is a power 3 minus a power 3 plus 6a minus 1a. A means 1a. Plus a power 3 and minus a power 3 get cancelled. So we have 6a minus 1a, which is 5a. That is the remainder. Now let's try it in the long division method. So x minus a, it is in the order x cubed minus a x squared plus 6x minus a and x minus a outside. X cubed divided by x is x power 2. X multiply x square is x cubed minus a and x square is ax square. We change the sign. This will be minus now. This will be plus now. All of them get cancelled. And now 6x minus a. 6x divided by x is 6, positive sign. So we have 6x x times 6 is 6x, minus a times 6 is minus 6a. Change the sign again. This will be plus, and this negative 1a, positive 6a will be positive 5a, and that is your remainder. This is simple actually. Now, if you felt question 1, 4, and 5 hard, try question 2 and then get back to question 1. That will make it easier. Now, question 3 is to check whether this is a factor of 3x cubed plus 7x. Both of them are not in the complete order or in the standard form. 3x should be first, so we can rewrite 3x plus 7 is the divisor. We put them equal to 0. 3x is equal to 7, negative 7, or x is equal to negative 7 by 3. So let's substitute negative 7 by 3 in the polynomial. So we get 3 negative 7 by 3. In the substitution method, we don't have to write it in the standard form, or you don't have to fill up the missing terms. We can just directly write the answer. So we have 3 times negative 7, negative 7, negative 7 will give you negative 343 divided by 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, plus, and minus will be minus. So 49 divided by 3. Hope you remember you have to multiply only with the numerator. Now you can simplify these two. This will be 9. So we have the denominator 9 in the first term and 3 in the second term. So we can make it same by multiplying by 3. So both the denominators became 9. And in the numerator, we have negative 343 minus 147, which is equal to negative, because both are negative, 490 divided by 9. So that is the remainder. So what did we study actually? When the remainder is not equal to 0, so we can say that 3x plus 7 is not a factor of the polynomial. 3x cubed plus 7x. Let us see how will it look when we do the long division. But remember, there are missing terms because power 3, there is no power 2, so we can write power 2 with a 0. Then we have 7x plus again a 0 because there is no last term or a constant. Also, we have to rearrange the divisor. I did it. Now, first term, 3x cubed divided by 3x is x power 2 only because they get cancelled. 3x cubed divided by 3x. This get cancelled and become 2. So only x square. So this is 3x cubed plus 7 times x square is 7x square. Now we change the sign. These two get cancelled. 0x square minus 7x square is minus 7x square plus 7x. We copy the terms down plus 0. Now 7x square divided negative 7x square divided by 3x is negative 7 by 3 with 1x. One of the x get cancelled. It is here 7x square divided by 3x. One of the x get cancelled, and this will be in the quotient. Okay, now 3 and 3 get cancelled. X and x will be x square. So it will be negative 7x square. Plus and minus will be minus. 7 times 7 is 49x divided by 3. Now let us calculate. First change the sign. This will be 0. This will be plus. Here there is no denominator, so we can write 1 times 3 times 3. So we have 21x plus 21x plus 49x. So it will be 70, positive 70 by 3x plus 0. Now, again, we divide 70x divided by 3 divided by 3x, which means we multiply and switch. Multiply by 1 by 3x. These two get cancelled, so this will remain in the quotient, 70 divided by 9. So 70 multiplied by 3x divided by 3, that get cancelled. So we get 70 by 3x plus 7 times 7 is 49. So we get 490 divided by 9. Now we change the sign. This will be minus. This will also be minus. These two get cancelled. And with 0, negative 490 divided by 9 with 0 will be the same. So that will be the remainder. Again, it is the same. So we conclude that the remainder is not 0. So 3x plus 7 is not a factor of 3x cubed plus 7x. This is comparatively an easier question with when you compare with question 1, 4, and 5. Question 1, part 4, part 5. These 3 questions, please keep practicing and it will be easy for you. That's all for today. And now the last homework section, determine whether, which means check x plus 1 is a factor. So again, you can check in 2 ways. You can substitute x plus 1 equal to 0. So we can write x is equal to minus 1. We substitute and then get the answer. Check is the remainder equal to 0. Then we say that if it is 0, we say is a factor. If not 0, we say it is not a factor. That's all for this lesson, and that's all for this period as well. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and see you next period. Bye.